Welcome back to the show. Wow, such an inspiring interview. On our show today, we have Nikki Doherty. Now, Nikki's the executive director founder of Faith and Hope for Veterans down in North Carolina, where my brother lives, actually.
Oh,
So
cool.
I love North Carolina, but you're so inspiring, Nikki. So tell us why you sort of decided to serve, and give us some advice to people who want to support veterans, maybe even want to enlist. What would you say? What kind of advice would you?
Thank you, Jay. Thank you so much for saying I'm so inspiring. Let me say that inspiration and passion kind of came to fruition out of my own dark place. Um, I've always been the type to encourage and motivate and like inspire others, but the passion really came from being in my own dark place and realizing after getting the help that I needed and my help, not only along with the VA and those resources, but my help really came from once I went on a spiritual journey. Once I got closer to God, once I started reading my Bible and really realizing what the Word of God was saying about me and what God really thought about me, I started to then get my own hope. After battling with my own PTSD, depression, anxiety, suicidal thoughts, just
Ooh,
survivor's guilt, after going through all these emotions that you go through when you come home from war, it took me 10 years to say I'm not okay. It took me 10
wow.
years. Went through a divorce, had a daughter by that time, and was going through all these emotional issues. But I had to say, you know what? It takes more strength to say, hey, everyone, it's okay to say I'm not okay. Through that, it gave me the strength to now encourage and motivate and inspire others who are still in their dark place to say where you're at is not where you have to stay. Look at all of us in the Veterans Coalition who are on the other side of everything that we've dealt with. So, my role in the fundraiser today is just to bring light, to share my story, because I used to be so ashamed of everything that was going through the divorce and PTSD and anxiety and depression. So I now say, and I share with everyone that I talk to, is that the source of your shame can become the source of your fame. What you were shameful for, you can now be known for and say that doesn't define me anymore. So, to anyone that's listening, veteran, non veteran, it's okay to say, hey, I look all strong on the outside, but I'm not okay. I'm struggling with this. I need help with that. Because you went through it and you're surviving it, you can eventually share your story with someone else who needs to hear it. So, when you donate today to Save 22's our initiative today, you are supporting 6 veteran organizations who are here to give back to our community and our veterans to let everyone know where you're at is not where you stay, and there is freedom from the past. And we have to link arms and just join arms and be a community to one to another.
I love that. You know why I especially love that? Because you walk the walk. It happened to you and you came through on the other side. So when somebody is going through what you went through and probably still experiencing it, day to day, I'm sure they can look at you and go, wow, okay, fellow veteran, same struggles as me. Look at her today. She shared, it helped her. So I think that means a lot, because if you don't walk the walk and you're trying to, support people, I'm not saying it's not a great thing,
Right,
but it's even
right.
better when it's
Better.
coming from firsthand, right? And
And
let
that's
me,
why
yeah,
when we're going through our dark seasons, we can't think, why me? And I know it's so easy to think, why me? Why me is because out of your story, and once you get on the other side and through that mountain, through that tunnel, then you can share with someone that I was there. I went through that. Let me give you some tips. Let me tell you how I overcame that. Because we're all overcomers in life through something, and we're
that's
all
right.
here to help each other, but we got to go through it first.
So have you always been very strong faith based?
I have. I
You
grew
have
up
been.
very faith-based, but having a relationship on your own and not just through your parents, not just through your church, but really having a relationship on your own and once again, really reading the Bible, I am a Christian, that is my faith, but really reading the Bible and really understanding what God is saying about you, and not what your head is saying, not what your experience are saying, and not who you think you are, but really understanding who you are. It gives you strength, it gives you hope, and you're like, wow, okay, I can overcome this. I can get through it. But first, I have to believe that I can, get around a group of believers that will encourage me and inspire me out of this dark place, because Faithful Blood for Veterans was birthed out of that dark place that I was going through. I wouldn't be here telling my testimony if I didn't go through those things. But going through those things, I didn't think there was any hope. Even though I still had my faith, you
Hmm.
still have the heaviness on you, because everything that I experienced at war did happen. But
Sure.
what I didn't realize was, once I came back home, it was no longer happening. Even though my mind still wanted to keep me in the past and on the battlefield, I was back in America now. I didn't have people shooting at me every day. I didn't have people throwing grenades at me every day. I didn't have to fear for my life every single day. But at one point I did. So my
Crazy.
brain needed some help to switch over. And it took me 10 years to say I needed some help.
Well, that is what an inspiring story. You know, I like they say, there's no atheist in foxholes, right?
Right. Oh, no, you are praying.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. You are praying. That's right.
That's right.
I
So
encourage everyone to get some help.
before I let you go, if people do want to get more involved and support you or support the fundraiser, can you give us out your website or anything to get in touch
Definitely,
with you?
definitely. And you can go to save22-422.com. And let me make sure.
Yeah.
And also, I am on all social media as well.
Okay.
Instagram, Facebook, all social media as well. And I do want to get that website for you.
That's okay. We can put it up later too.
Yep, yeah, we could put it up later on there. But yep, the
Yeah, we'll
event
put it up later
is
for you.
the Saving 22 Veterans on February 22nd, 2022. So we just appreciate all the support, and there's no donation too big, there's no donation too small. Every little bit helps.
That's great, Nikki. Well, thanks again for being on. We're going to
Thank you
stay
for
in touch,
having
and
me.
we're just building a coalition together. So the Disability Channel is here to showcase all the great connections, all the great platforms, all the great success stories, and providing opportunities through our employment program. So I really thank you for being on the show today. I'm sure we'll be in touch, and let's grow together across America.
That's right. Thank you, Jay.
Thank you, Nikki. Okay, what we're going to do, I'm going to take a quick break. I'm going to come back and wrap the show. You're watching the Today Show Toronto, our flagship show right across Canada and into the United States. I'm Jay Stoyan. We'll be right back.